I just don't understand what these establishment people just can't get through their head. Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, or whoever else. You guys always lose. And this is exactly what the MAGA movement was born out of. We're not a bunch of fringe nut jobs. In fact, we represent the majority of the party now. Just look at the polls. That's why Trump's going to be the nominee. But all we really want is Republicans to actually act like Republicans and not bow down to Democrats. Is that too much to ask? Apparently for some. But instead of recognizing what's up, they continue to try to keep Trump from becoming the winner. But the other day, New Hampshire was concocting this new way to kick Donald Trump off the ballot. The Secretary of State has since denied that they were participating in this, but only after their office fielded like a bazillion calls. Guy, Corky Messner, yes, that's his real name. He's a state senator up in New Hampshire. He said that he may sue to keep Trump off the ballot under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which states, no person shall be a senator, representative of Congress, or elector of the president or vice president. He also went on to say, having engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Okay, Corky. Never mind how stupid this is on its face. He must realize that insurrection is an actual crime. Donald Trump would have to be convicted of that before this would even be remotely a legal possibility. Which, by the way, not one single person has been convicted or even charged for all of it. Now, despite all the prosecutions in January 6th and everything, they haven't even tried it. Keep in mind, the 14th Amendment was written after the Civil War, you know, where 11 states seceded from the Union, waged a war that killed over 600,000 people. And Donald Trump, he peacefully and patriotically, make your voice. Yeah, Donald Trump didn't do anything like that. Yet, here they are, some rando state senator thinks he's saving democracy. But if we can just pause for a second here. Democrats, and apparently this New Hampshire state senator named Corky, have their panties in a bunch because Donald Trump requested Mike Pence to hold some electors from certifying the election. That, for them, is apparently an insurrection? Are you kidding me? But a Secretary of State just wiping the front runner, just taking some white out, wiping the front runner's name right off the ballot. That should be totally fine, right? You see how ironic this is? That's literally subverting democracy. That's actual election interference. But this is what Jack Smith is trying to do as well. And he actually may have tanked his entire case with his blind hatred for Trump. The Western Journal noted this, quote, Special Counsel Jack Smith's team admitted in a Monday court filing that his staff did not turn over all the evidence to former President Donald Trump's legal team, despite previously claiming they had. So let me get this straight. The guy trying to make the case that Donald Trump was withheld documents in a legal proceeding? Weird. Where's his trial? You want to talk about undermining the faith of elections? Well, here you go. This is a pretty darn good example of it. And then you have people go on TV. They even found some Republicans to do it, accusing anyone who even might consider of voting for Donald Trump or doing anything to support him for doing exactly what they are doing.
They've completely adopted an ends justify the means approach to the democracy, which means it doesn't matter what we do as long as we get the end we want. And it's an incredibly dangerous thing when one of the legacy major political parties has basically decided to secede from our democracy.
No, they're trying to cover for their lawfare and their abuse of power. That's what it is. Oh, and by the way, none of these people actually care about winning any of these lawsuits because it's your tax dollars funding them. They're just filing as many as they can in hopes of wounding Trump enough to either have him quit running, which he's not going to do if that's not apparent by now. I can't help you. Or eventually catch him in some stupid process crime like they did with a lot of other people. If you need any more proof of this, look at the state of New York. It's literally suing him for allegedly inflating his net worth in order to provide a more favorable appeal for the insurance companies for his properties. Was anyone harmed? No. The insurance companies don't even feel they were harmed. The people this crime is allegedly against aren't filing the suit because they weren't actually harmed. The New York Attorney General is filing it. She's prosecuting a crime with no plaintiff. How dumb is that? I don't even have a law degree. They're doing it with Elon Musk, too. This guy was once the solar green god of the left. The second he bought Twitter and said, hey, guys, you know what? I'm not going to censor people anymore based on political views. The left freaked out. They turned on him. They're now investigating this multi-billion-dollar federal contractor in the aerospace industry, by the way, which you know has like highly sensitive stuff that they do sometimes. They're investigating for not hiring illegal immigrants. Riddle me this, Batman. How the heck is an illegal immigrant, someone who has likely no real checkable history, supposed to get cleared to work on rockets? You can't make this stuff up. Businesses have been shut down for less. The whole point of the site, E-Verify. The left thinks we're so stupid that we can't look back and see how they acted during Bush v. Gore or Hillary and Trump in 2016 or Stacey Abrams. And see, they had alternate electors, members of Congress that voted not to certify elections, denied results of the election, whatever. However many charges were levied against them? None. How many investigations were launched into these people? 0. Why? Because the law doesn't support it. And of course, no wonder they all freaked out when Trump said he would jail his political opponents, because most of them are breaking the law.